This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and this is a review of Kubo and the Two Strings, which is an animated feature from Laika. Yeah, the Laika's done a bunch of stuff. I think they're with the Paranorman guys and the Coraline guys, possibly, and Box Trolls, I think. Anyway, I didn't look it up, but I'm just going to review this movie. It seems to be a cross between American and Japanese aesthetics. It's got a lot of origami imagery, Japanese spirit world thing, floating lantern imagery, Japanese samurais and witches and things, all from that. But most of the actors are Americans. Yeah, so that's where he finds it. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie. To be cliched, it pulls at your heartstrings. So there were moments where you actually felt a lot of emotional impact from what amounted to go motion puppetry, very advanced go motion puppetry, with lots of people doing all the animation. It was puppets. There was CG for some stuff, but the larger characters, they were puppets. It is the story of, there's going to be minor spoilers because the plot of the story is, in order to explain it, you kind of got to have some spoilers. The story opens with a Moses type of thing, sort of an Americanized Moses type of thing. A mother and child on the ocean. You're not sure whether she leaves the kid afloat in the ocean. She parts the waters with her magic and does things. It's very, very much like kind of a female Moses, which is interesting. There's this sort of combination of those things. It may not have been their intent, but it was visually similar. The parting of the sea, I think. The lady is a star goddess of some kind, and some sort of a demigod, and her evil grandfather has plucked out the eyeball, which is really gross, of the Kubo, the boy, and the mother gets injured, and so he has to take care of her, and the character is probably like 10 or 11 or something. As a kid, yeah. And he goes to a village during the day because he's not supposed to go out at night. He goes to the village and tells these elaborate stories about fearsome warriors and dragons and samurai art warriors. There's a sword, unbreakable sword, impenetrable armor, and a helmet. That also is not just a Japanese samurai thing. That is also a Bible thing. That is from the armor of God, which is interesting that there's this sort of combination thing. I wonder if this story was actually originally conceived by half Japanese, half American person whose parents were the two strings. Not literally, they weren't literally demigods, but in the story, I wonder if this guy was actually like these two worlds, and he goes to this other world, and I wonder if kind of that story kind of originated. It might have. So it's not necessarily there. Yeah, they wouldn't necessarily be demigods, but I wonder if that's what's actually going on. Is he was ostracized for being half and half, because they bring up that analogy in there. They bring up these sort of cultural mores and things. They have a bug samurai that helps him, and a wise monkey samurai that helps him, and she's a wisecracking lady monkey that has the magic powers from the mother. I'm not going to give away everything because that would spoil it, but she's a magic monkey. It's in the preview, and the magic bug shows up, and so the magic bug is cursed, and the witches want to kill the bug and the monkey. So they go on this big adventure to try to get all of the magical items. Also reminds me of Kung Fu Panda, which is an animated series, in which they had to go look for armor and stuff. I believe part 3 had some armor in it, but that was sort of as a gag. Yeah, last year. So it's interesting that like the story has all of these other elements going on, and a lot of them are Japanese elements too. The origami thing, the dragon creature, and all that. Although, unlike Pete's Dragon, which I saw yesterday evening at night, the usually a Chinese or Japanese dragon is usually a luck thing, not a bad luck thing. So when the bad guy can turn into a dragon at some point, the bad guy, that would be that would be a good thing in their culture. They like the dragon is a harbinger of not of doom like a European dragon, but a harbinger of good things. As is the oddly enough the dragon in the Peach Dragon thing. In this one, he's actually a sort of a bad guy dragon. Well, he's a sort of a fantasy character. And because the story, as a kid, he's playing a guitar apparently, or a sitar actually, but they call it a guitar, and doing things. And no need to correct me on the comment section. It's not a guitar. Well, they said it was in the movie, so I know it's not. It has only 3 strings, so if anything, it wasn't even a bass. So not even a bass. It's a something else. It's not technically a guitar. Maybe it's a lira almost. It's more of a harp, but it has strings. Also, you can't make human hair, monkey hair, or whatever kind of hair that is into strings for a guitar. Cat gut, you can do that, but hair doesn't make very good conductors of sound, I wouldn't think. Yeah. Anyway, but there's a feisty grandmother in it. There is a feisty grandfather in it. There's an evil grandfather in it. There's ancestors and spirits, and somebody's been watching a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's a lot of that in there. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a very, very fun, charming movie. There are some scary parts. Very little children will be scared. But I would say PG. Maybe not even PG-13 really. PG. Just explain it to them. That, cartoon. And you're not really sure in the story and the concept of whether he isn't just thinking up the whole thing as a dream. It doesn't end up being a dream, fortunately. But it makes you wonder whether because he tells the story and then the story happens, which is a story within a story within a story kind of thing. And that's very Shakespearean, and it's also very Russian. Not so much Japanese, but Shakespearean and Russian, interestingly enough. Interesting idea. Yeah, so this does have... There's these 2 witch sisters that are evil. That are running around that are basically the 2 evil witch sisters in Starship Locations. No, they're not. But they're similar. Yeah, so they're not. They're similar to the Fire Lord lady, I guess. Come from Avatar. Stuff like that. Well, there's always that yin and yang thing going on that they like in Taoist and Buddhist cultures. But mixed in with these weird pseudo-Christian symbols things. Finding the armor and finding the jacket of the father, and that's right out of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. There's all kinds of symbology that you could totally use. Of course, the part where they pay homage to the ancestors and they put the little floating boats out with the light in them and stuff. That's Japanese, and it's also a little Chinese, a little Korean as well. But the idea that they have tombstones, that's more westernized. You have like idols and things, kind of like tombstones, but not exactly. Anyway, so it was kind of a combination of American and Japanese stuck together with a little bit of sort of some people at the church probably dig this movie. It's interesting that are mixed. That would be cool, I think of the Campbells or the Tanemuras would probably like this. They probably won't see this review, but I know some people that probably would like this movie based on its combination of action. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I don't want to give away all of it. Has imagery. The imagery that is CG is very good. Excellent origami characters transform into things and do stuff. There's great soundtrack. People will be ripping it off for years. And so, yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings. Yeah, the previous outing I think was Box Trolls, and people didn't go out to see that, but that was a good movie too. So yeah, hopefully people go out to see this. It was Friday afternoon, Friday in the morning actually, probably opening day. Uh, there were 12 of us in the audience. Okay, get more people out there to see Kobo the last. Come on, more people got to come out and see it. Yeah, but the trailers didn't really do it justice, I think. Oh, and George Takei is in it, and Sulu in Star Trek Beyond, they played by the other Don Cho. He did not say he did not say "oh my" in there, but George Takei got to say "oh my" in this movie, and that just nailed it right there. It was hilarious. He's like, "Oh my," you got to actually say that line. It's hilarious. Yes, so that's his signature line. Yeah. Copyright. Yeah, Kobo and the Two Strings. I might have said Magic Strings. That's Two Strings. Has a song about playing a guitar in it and stuff, and in the end credits, and a lot of famous people. There's a famous singer in it and stuff. And I've forgotten most of the characters, and it's about memory and stuff, so that's funny. Yeah. So. But the characters, I don't know who all of the actors are. But I think it's Charlize Theron is one of the bad guys, or is she the good guy? She's one of them. She's in there somewhere. So a lot of main actors are in this. It's good. Go see it. It's an animated, low motion puppet motion action picture. The people making this movie a couple of years ago were at the Big Wow. They were there when they were talking about it. But now that it's come out, you say, yeah, I saw something. Now that it's already out. Yeah, so Lake people were there. I don't know if they were probably at the other one too, the convention. The last year's Fanime, they were probably at this summer's Fanime. Yeah, that just passed. They might have been there too, or at least a representative of them. But yeah, they were at Big Wow. And of course, last year Big Wow didn't happen, so this was the year before when they were making it. And so, anyway, so it takes them a while to put it together. They show them putting together the giant skeleton monster in the end credits, and they're running around it, and they did a assemblage vignette thing. They speed it up, like montage, but also, yeah. So, what's it called when you take the movie and you speed it up so you can see the whole thing real quick? Yeah. Anyway, so Kubo and the Two Strings, a fairly flawless animated movie. It's definitely one of the best of the year. We have a lot of animated movies that are the best of the year this year. We've got Zootopia and this one. Even Secret Life of Pets wasn't that bad. I don't think it's going to get best of the year, but it's up there somewhere. Get something. Yeah, so yeah. Good Dinosaur this year or last year? Well, the end of last year. No, that won't be there. Zootopia. So, and let's see. The next Disney movie coming out. This wasn't Disney, this was Laika. The next Disney movie next Disney cartoon movie is about Maui in Hawaii, which they hinted at when they showed the lava thing in Inside Out. That was going to be about islanders. So they're going back to the land of Lilo and Stitch and doing a sequel. Anyway, so... Oh no. So they're going back to the land of Lilo and Stitch, but it's not Lilo and Stitch. And they've cast a brand new actress that's never really done any Hollywood. Well, never done any official Hollywood to be a voice in that. It was like 12 or something, and she got the part. And and alongside the Rock, it should be interesting. He plays a demigod in that one too. He plays Maui. So yeah, he plays the island of Maui. Okay. And also, I know that happens to be a term for various kinds of island gods in the Pacific, and then characters. And it's not just the Big Island of Hawaii; it's also other Polynesian groups that use that name for one of their deities. Sort of like we use, I guess if we used Greek names and stuff, and threw in like, or Roman ones, like we would mention Hercules. It's kind of like Hercules. Or we'd mention like, Zeus or something, or Thor. Thor. Yeah. In Japan, I guess you'd have Nippon, or that guy, that dude. That was the name of Japan. Something like that. He's a guy, hero, dude. Samurais, I guess, kind of like that. Sort of the beyond mythical status kind of thing. Yeah, so I don't think they use that term in Japan anymore because they've turned it into a derogatory in its use. But it was some kind of demigod. Anyways, yeah, a lot of demigod movies that come out. So, okay. Anyway, that's it for now.